Bienvenidos. Soy la Bruja Espinada, and I am here with a very special full moon and Capricorn reading. So let's get started. This is the second Capricorn full moon, and it is pretty prominent. Oh, this is a very nice surprise. We have the Three of Cups and the Chariot. At the bottom of the deck, we have Justice, the Knight of Wands, the Ace of Cups, the King of Pentacles, the Magician, the Seven of Cups, the Seven of Wands, the Three of Swords, and the Knight of Swords, the Moon, I will leave. Okay, I'll wait on these cards. Let's get through this because you'll see for why. So we start with the Three of Cups. The Three of Cups is typically an indicator of celebration, people coming together to share news, and it's coming quick as we have the Chariot. So if you watched this most recent new moon reading that I did, we also had the Chariot. This is a reminder that news is coming. This is a reminder that you are the master of your chariot. You control the speed in which you travel. You choose the path you want to go down. So this is just that reminder again. Good things are coming. And as we see in both the Three of Cups, we have a lot of stars in the background, indicators of things to be hopeful for. This is also in the Chariot. We are then followed by Justice. Justice is yours. Whatever you have been waiting for, whether it's any karmic intervention or if you're working on anything legally, this is the indicator that justice is yours. But this is a reminder also that you have to let it happen. Do not do anything. Do not get into anything that can give you legal repercussions at this time. Focus on, sticking to that just route. Don't step out of pocket. Don't get yourself into any trouble because it will not work in your favor. Let things play out for you as they should. We're followed by the Knight of Wands. We're leveling up here. We are moving in regards to passions and into what determining, oh my gosh, into any determination, anything that's been catching your passion, catching your interest, your dedication. That's what the Knight of Wands is. It's a lot of that fiery passion. And it's just that that indicator, hey, you're on the right path. You've been doing what you have to do one step at a time. It's just that reminder. A lot of reminders that I'm feeling here. But the only difference that I see here is we have the Ace of Cups. The Ace of Cups is a brand new level of feeling or dealing with emotions, which is great. My mind feels all over the place right now, so I hope everything that I'm saying is making sense. So let's recap up until this part. There is good news coming to you. There is reminders that you are in charge of your destiny. You are in charge of how fast you want to go, on how slow you want to take things, and what path you want to take. You are in control. That is just that reminder. And so to remain hopeful and keep that in mind, that you are in charge of how you're going to do things. So keep that in mind. The Justice card is that a reminder as well, not to take things into your own hands when it comes to justice or legalities. Let it play itself out. We have the Knight of Wands, just that reminder that you are leveling up. You have been taking the right path. You are on the right path. Still maintain, keep feeding the passion that you have into either bettering whatever skills that you've been working on, into securing whatever resources, whatever connections you've been trying to ascertain. Maintain that you're leveling up. Things are going good. We also have the Ace of Cups. The Ace of Cups is new things, new lessons, especially when it comes to emotions. Something something new to learn. Something, I don't want to say new to feel, but something you're learning how to process new feelings, new things, how to feel about things. Maybe you're handed something that you've never dealt with before, and so you don't know how to feel about it. Right now is the perfect time to figure that out. Now we go with the King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles is the master of coin. They are someone who best knows how to handle their resources, properly budget, properly when to connect with others, when to go looking, where to go looking. That is where the King of Pentacles comes in. Sorry, I had some incense really catch my attention. So that lesson of learning how to do these things may be the indicator at that point. We also have the Magician. So as we are in a full moon phase, it is typically the time where we set our we put into practice our manifestations, the things that we intended to set intentions for during the new moon. If you did not get a chance to do it during the new moon, you can do it before the full moon rises. And the Magician is just that reminder of I just feel like this is a remember you're a bad bitch. This is just a remember you're a bad bitch reading. I don't feel like there's, well, I was going to say I feel like there's nothing new, but actually some cards that are at the bottom of the deck need to be called out. So we'll get to there. But this is just a reminder that you have the ability, you have that power, as you are reminded with the Chariot card. You are the master of your life. The Magician is just that reinforcing matter, just like the Knight of Wands, just like the King of Pentacles. You have those abilities. They are there. It is time to manifest it. And especially tonight, since it is the full moon in Capricorn, Capricorn being earth, that is where we talk about the King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles is solely a earth sign tied in with Capricorn. A lot of grounding, a lot of, material resources has been something that you've been preoccupied with, or is currently taking up the majority of your time, or has always taken up your thought process, but you really need to ground something out. Now, tonight's the night to do it. It's the best time. So one of the things that I would recommend, and I don't know why it's coming out, but it's coming out, is if you have some coins, or if you have like some spare bills, what I would do if I were you is take the dollar bill or take the coins. If you have some cinnamon, it could be ground cinnamon, or it could be a cinnamon stick. If it's a cinnamon stick, I would wrap that bill around the cinnamon. Then I would take a white piece of paper. It can be a tissue if that's the only thing that you have that's white. And with a pen, write out, I'm seeking to secure financial abundance. Or, and I would word it that way specifically. because that's the concept. Not only do you want to get the money, but you want to secure it, ensuring that you will continue building a secure abundance. Then you would wrap that around the cinnamon stick. If you can, tie it off with a string. I would avoid a rubber band, so string if possible. Better if you have green string. If it's a white string, use that instead. And leave it on your windowsill or anywhere where it can catch the light of the full moon, and leave it overnight and then get it in the morning. Then I would put it somewhere safe, like let yourself forget about it. Put in your underwear drawer. Just put it somewhere where you won't touch that monies, and leave it there. Let it, it's like planting a seed. Let that seed be planted, and then let it grow from there, and you will see the fruition of your manifestation. I typically don't give tips like that. I usually do one-on-ones, but I was called to do so. So there you go. Let's move on. So now, talking about manifestation, it is followed and reinforced by the Seven of Cups. This I brought up last time. That concept of like, hey, I want to level up, but I don't even know where to start. This is another reminder of just pick something. Pick 2 things. But start with one. Baby steps. Don't overwhelm yourself, because some of you may have that habit of trying to take too many things on at once, and then you overwhelm yourself, and then projects don't get done. One at a time. Hell, if you need to make a list, list them. I want to do this one first, this one first, this one first, this one first. Flip a coin. Take a chance, but take one at a time. 7 of Wands. 7 of Wands. 7 of Wands can bring difficulty. So 7 of Wands can be an indicator of difficulty. That's not necessarily a bad thing, but it is just that reinforced situational feeling that you may have of, you know what, I've been struggling a little bit, or like I feel stuck. That's that feeling. It's just a feeling that is there. And you might be going through some heartache. You might be really feeling devastated with these struggles. That is perfectly fine. There is nothing wrong with that, especially if you have to assess and process how these new feelings are making you feel. Maybe it's something you haven't exactly dealt with yet, or something you never thought you would have to deal with, and now you are dealing with it. And that's why the Ace of Wands, or Ace of Cups, is here. But it is followed by the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords, much like the Knight of Wands, is a leveling up. So that leveling up is a reminder of learning how to cut the bullshit. Maybe someone is in your ear and is either feeding you doubt, is hindering your thought process, or is like poisoning you with ideas that you don't need to listen to right now. It's really clouding your judgment, especially with since I was drawn here. So when you have the Justice card, if someone's been in your ear or telling you things, putting you down, or feeding venom to other people, the Justice card and the Knight of Swords is there. So the Justice card is that reminder of the Knight of Swords. You're learning how to cut that bullshit out, but it's gonna resolve itself on its own. But that doesn't mean that you should. But a Knight of Swords is learning how to become strategic in that point. They're learning, they're leveling up, as they're no longer a page where they're learning everything on how to. No, they're now starting to be able to discern, not at the level of what a Queen or King of Swords is at, but they are getting there. So be mindful of your words. Know when to cut the bullshit out. Know to discern when it is bullshit. And then a big part of that, we have the Moon card. The Moon card is has a lot to do with your intuition. You have to trust what you are learning and how to you're learning on how to discern these things, right? This is what this is telling you. You're figuring this all out, and that's perfectly fine. But the intuition, especially tonight on the night of the full moon, when you do your little ritual, don't just put it out there, but make a connection with the moon. Greet the moon. I know a lot of people love to go out there and stare at her. Greet her. Greet the moon. I greet the moon. I'm like Mama Luna, and I give my thanks. And that's another thing you should do if you do the money ritual is, if you go out, greet Mama Luna with that intention that you want to use the money ritual, and say thank you for everything you've given me, thank you for protecting me, thank you for guiding me, thank you for everything you do, and say, please, I would appreciate if you help with this request that I am placing here before you, and then leave it overnight, right? And just connect with the moon and ask if you must. Like, also another small favor, please guide me, give me healthy intuition, help heal my intuition, help guide my intuition. Make that connection. I feel like we admire the moon, but we don't give enough thanks. So as we give thanks and we request, continue to give thanks. And that moon's going to help you build that intuition. That's what the moon is for. So this is just a big old reminder, right? Now, I wanted to address the bottom cards separately. We have the Eight of Cups, we have the Lovers, and we have the Four of Wands. These are really good cards, but I feel like these are separate from the reminders that you're getting. So I don't know if this is for someone else, or this might also be a part. No, I'm now knowing this is for someone else. Or this is completely different topic. This is completely separate from the reading that I did before, overall. So, the Eight of Cups, we have the Lovers, we have the Four of Wands, we have the Star card, we have the Nine of Pentacles, we have Temperance. This, I rarely ever do them. This is in regards to romance, romantic feelings, romantic connections. So there is a lot of romance in the air. This is what we have, a lot of feelings of romance coming in, the Eight of Cups, whether it could be from many admirers, or just because it is summertime, going out, meeting new people in new locations. There's a lot of attraction and things like that. And we have the Lovers. So this is a lot about connection. And the Four of Wands, when it comes with the Lovers, usually the Four of Wands typically means ceremony. It means celebration and connection. The Four of Wands is typically depicted in the Rider-Waite as a wedding, and they are four posts that hold it's like I don't know what it's called, but it's like the altar, the wedding altar. It's that support. So not necessarily meaning that you're gonna get married. It could be literal in that sense, but in this reading, the Star card follows that. So it's the Star, and mind you, in the reading that I just gave, there's a lot of stars. So that's a lot of indicator of hope. Don't let hope die on these things that you've been wanting to manifest. So the Star card in this sense is, if there is someone who has been either doubting love or feeling like romance is dead, or have just given up on dating overall, or trying to find somebody they truly connect with, this is that reminder. The star is like, don't give up hope on romance and connections with other people. There's going to be success. So we have the Nine of Pentacles. The Nine of Pentacles is that indicator of like reaching success, being there. And so when the Eight of Cups is there, it's just like that emotional state is there. It's going to be coming in. It's going to be served to you. There's going to be romantic connection, deep connection, which is reinforced by the Four of Wands. Or if this is something that you've been wanting to do, like to date for love, to date for marriage, there is that, hey, don't give up hope on that. There is going to be success if you don't give up. But the Temperance card follows that. And the Temperance card is the most important card. Is despite all this good news, you have to be patient. The Temperance card is that reminder of patience. You have to be patient with it. And yes, you know, of all the cups of love that are in the cups of romance and it's being served up, you have to be patient to find the right cup of tea that suits your taste. Okay? This is also reinforced by the Four of Cups, another indicator of celebration, happiness. And if you see in these cups, there's something blooming out of all of them. Something beautiful can come from all of these. Now, whether it's like, hey, sometimes you'll find several different cups of tea that you like, but one is gonna be your absolute favorite. And you have to be patient in which to discern this. But it's something that you're going to be learning, because we end with the Page of Cups. Pages are learning, or in a state of learning, and that's why the page is there. And see, the page is surrounded by all these cups. They are learning to discern. But they're surrounded by stars. It's just, you got to have that hope and that patience to ascertain what it is that you truly, truly want. So we'll end that there. We'll continue on with the lesson of the Fates. Mighty Fates, what lesson do you have to add to these readings? And I don't typically like doing love readings, because there's always, at least the way that I've read, or the way that it happens for me when I do a reading in regards to something in particular, it's not up to me to sing a lot of message. Is usually if there's something that you want in particular in regards to love, there's lessons and things that need to be done. And when those messages come through, a lot of people don't like that. They want simple yes or no's. And I'm like, well, yeah, some people can do that, but I can assure you that that's not the way that I read. I am given messages, especially when I do a reading and I bless the reading and I request to connect with the divine to be able to read and share messages. The messages it's whoever is seeking guidance, assistance, healing, protection. And so if there's anything to heal oneself to get to a level of love that they want, that's going to come through overall. But anywho, we do have a card, and the card that came out is Reflect. Hey, this makes a lot of sense of how we've been reading, how the reading has been, especially when it comes to the first reading and the second reading. Wrong one. Where are you? There he is. Reflect. Reflect states, without a reflective practice, we end up repeating the same patterns over and over again. Unable to reach our potential, this card asks you to sit in silence for a few moments and reflect upon what has been coming up for you recently. What emotions do you find yourself experiencing continuously? What situations do you find yourself in often? If you're finding unease in any area of your life, have you experienced it before? When? When was the first time you remember feeling this way? How did your family handle these sorts of situations when you were young? Consider journaling around these questions and allowing whatever needs to come out, come out. When we reflect, the intention is not to fix, but simply to view ourselves and our lives with less bias and more openness. Well, damn, that actually works for both readings. We have temperance, which patience and reflection. We have the moon connecting with our intuition, the Seven of Cups, and reflecting what we need to choose. We have the Knight of Wands. There's a lot of reflection that has to be done with a lot of these, especially when it comes to the Chariot. I think the Chariot card and the Reflect card go hand in hand, because as now you are reminded that you are the master of your Chariot, you know which path to take, which speed to go at. You reflect on what's going to be best for you as you maneuver through the path you're trying to find. So, animal spirit guides, what additional message? Very interesting. We have the Swan card. The reason why I say that is because the Reflect card actually has two swans crossing each other over the all-seeing eye, and we have the Swan card, which is time for a deep dive. Well, holy shit, if that's not a sign of thought process. So we have the Swan Spirit. The Swan Spirit says, with their graceful long necks, swans are able to reach into depths. When the Swan Spirit arrives, you are called to take a deep dive beyond what is easily available on the surface. You may think you know what is best for you now, but take the plunge into the depths of your awareness, for there is knowledge you are not aware of and great treasures to discover. Deeper understanding awaits you, and a perspective that comes from greater self-knowledge is what you need now to better understand a situation or a relationship. As you come to know yourself more intimately, so too will you come to better know others. So Swan Spirit asks you to go beyond the surface of what is happening between you and others and resist temptation to judge by superficial appearances. Know there is much deeper potential for loving connections, forgiveness, and mutual understanding. Choose to dive deep into your why. Asking the deeper questions of yourself, you are led by the grace of the Swan Spirit. Don't talk yourself into diving deep into something just because you see the potential of things instead of what they really are now. The necessary work and patience involved may not be the best use of your energy. Have you seen the potential in someone and think that if you love and support them, they will become the person who knows you love them beyond all others? Have you stepped into an opportunity that you know feels too good to be true and may not turn out the way that you hope? Now is not the time for selective, limited perception that can lead to misjudgment. Instead, it is a time for going deep and being honest about what you find as you explore the depths. Have no fear, for whatever you find below will help you love and understand yourself and others and make better choices. Can you sense Swan Spirit calling you to dive deep and resurface to choose again? Woo! I don't make this shit up, guys. I seriously don't. So, a lot of reflecting, a lot of reminders to take into consideration as you move forward, leading down the path that's going to be best for you at the speed that's going to be best for you. So I sincerely hope this helps. I hope you do this ritual, whoever it is that needs it, and I'll see you guys next time.